Dumelang, it's Binky. Welcome to another episode of Mobile Schools podcast. Please do not forget, do not subscribe, do not like, do not share this video. All of that is like nonsense, doesn't matter. So this week I just wanted to talk about how we as black people need to stop giving money to white corporates based on our likes, right? So the biggest thing that's happening now in the country is gambling. But now it's been put in such a way that it doesn't come off as gambling. It's like online betting. You just have to change the name. And a lot of black people are putting money into like their account of these betting companies, and then they bet on games that they don't own shares in. The house always wins, guys. So I think as part of mobile schools, we would like to focus on a project called Stadium Rejuvenation, where we are going to take all our efforts and put them in rejuvenating stadiums in the townships and creating smart stadiums and creating our own betting system, because it doesn't make sense that we have like stadiums that are not being used. They are white elephants. So there's a lot of jobs that can be created. There's people who have to take care of the lawn. There's people who have to secure the place. Because of the lack of skills, we have jobs for available for people with lack of skills. We're gonna have a school so those people with lack of skills can get other skills to focus on online security, because we're gonna have a biometric system in those stadiums. We're gonna have artificial intelligence in those stadiums for facial recognition. So it's pretty amazing what we can do as a society if we trust each other. Because I was thinking about this whole betting system situation. If you guys started a group and just said, hey, I think this team's gonna win, and then you guys pay each other trustworthy, that's all it matters. But because there's this thing in black people's mind that white people are behind it, so it's trustworthy. And white people are trustworthy. They still cheat you. They'll take some percentage of your money. But because the media always portrays white people as only trustworthy, they'll never talk about a greasy being a piece of shit. But they will put like Malema and all the others out there as like corrupt, or as like people who are crazy. But we on to them, and as young black people, we need to understand this is not for us, man. We are not gonna enjoy these freedoms. The freedoms we're enjoying now, people died in the 60s and 70s for us to be here. It's time for us to take it a step further. So the money needs to stay with us. So if you know a stadium in your neighborhood, we would like to change it into a smart stadium. We will create jobs, we will employ the Nyaope boys. We need to get those motherfuckers off the drugs as well. Like, this is starting to become annoying. And yeah, that's it for today. It's gonna be a short podcast that's talking about smart stadiums. It's something that I'm still working on. But on that topic of being a short podcast, to all the podcasts that are very long, guys, I'm really sorry for saying you guys are just gossiping, and that you should stop being gossip kings. I meant to say stop being gossip bitches. It doesn't make sense for you guys to meet week after week with your fancy mics, your fancy cameras, and all you fucking do is talk about Twitter trends. Come on, man, you have a platform. That's fine, talk about Twitter trends, but add some stuff about mental health. I love what they did at the podcast where they touched on mental health. And at the end, they have like segments that talk about how to make music as an independent. They have like clothing, and then Miss Cosmo touches on Twitter trends. So there's a balance, but they are mainly hip hop. Like I said last week, the Dojo podcast is top notch. It's about men. There's a lot of other women podcasts that are about mental health. There's a lot, of course, about makeup, but that thing is getting old soon, so they have to talk about a lot of things about women's health. So yeah, the next guest I would like to have on the podcast is a woman who deals with births. I think black women are not taken seriously when it comes to pregnancy and giving birth, and their bodies are not respected. And I've been thinking of starting a clinic that helps women during birth. But then when you do these type of things, you don't just wake up as a man and say, "Hi, woman, let me tell you what I think. I think if you guys pay me 200 rand every month when you find out you're pregnant, and just next to your due date, you come to my farm where you're gonna give birth in a clean room with a middle person who's gonna help you with your family there, and you can stay for 3 days." It sounds like you doing the same the shit that women hate. You think women don't think about these things. I know there's a lot of women who've thought about this. Like, hospitals have like a maternity ward for this type of thing. So it's said that we have to privatize it, because the nurses, who are also women, you would think they will understand, but they're the ones who treat women like shit. I spoke about two things about that mobile school is going to focus on going forward, which is the smart stadium, which is about employment, having a digital stadium that's going to contain our data and our love for sport in our own communities. And I also spoke about maternity, which is something that's really big, because I don't understand why black women are still dying from birth, and we need to fix that. And when I say we, I'm not saying me as black man, okay, black man, no, I'm saying we as a people, we need to fix that. It doesn't make sense. So thank you very much. See you next week. And today, it's the day Sankara was betrayed by his friends, and he was killed 33 years ago. So yeah, man, happy Sankara Day. Okay, I know this is corny, but it has to be done.